Pox, you still there? D?
He does tend to drop off the face of the earth sometimes.
D, you there?
Yes, sir.
How's it going?
Good, man. Is it over? Is your live stream over?
If only. If only, man. We're in hour 8, and it's 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 not over yet.
Right on. Hi, everyone.
I yeah, it's not over yet.
It's gonna be one of those nights.
I've been coming and going. Folks are still here.
That's what she said.
Ah,
Sorry, I have a bit of a way with the art of the innuendo.
that's
She
all
has
right.
said worse.
I'm not making canon sound very good at all at the moment, am I?
No, maybe we should have found a more serious member of the
Well, you
cast.
haven't asked me anything yet. I'm still warming up.
Okay, so what are your specialties? Would you say?
My personal specialties
Yeah.
are anything witch space, hyperspace, hyperdrives, frameship drives, barnacles, meta alloys.
All right. So what do you mean about which space? What? Tell me about which space.
So the common misconception is that witch space is different to hyperspace. No, they're exactly the same thing. Um,
Wait,
space
which
is
space is
essentially
the same as hyperspace?
they're exactly the same thing. They're just hyperspace, or well, actually, witch space is a spacer slang for hyperspace, but as it's supposed to be haunted because of all the lights and the weird clouds and everything.
Yep.
It's essentially the dimension that you enter when you're making a hyper jump to another system. It is the exact same witch space as was entered in the previous games, and it was confirmed at last before they retconned everything. That is exactly the same sort of witch space. I'm not sure where we stand on that at the moment. Yeah, ask me anything about witch space you'd like to know.
Well, I don't know. Just start on about it. I don't know much about any of it.
So, witch space is essentially oh, here comes the science. Witch space is a higher dimension. I'm assuming, based on how the drives work, I'm assuming that it's a linear dimension overlaid on top of our own, through which the standard speed of light restrict and laws of physics do not apply, in essentially allowing us to go extremely fast. So the analogy of you can swim faster than you can run, so you jump into the pool, swim to the other side, then get out again, entering witch space, getting out the other side, rather than running around the outside and staying in your own space.
Sounds reasonable.
There's not really much to say about it.
Well, why do capital ships get a stroke when using newer technology of frameshift drives?
Capital ships use exactly the same technology as frameship drives. It was announced by Michael Brooks a couple of weeks ago that it is in fact exactly the same technology, and capital ships are simply too big to be able to supercruise, so they have a more enhanced navigation system allowing them to drop out right on top of exactly where they need to go. There's a lot of misinformation about Jacques Station that actually does utilize a frameshift drive like the rest of our ships do, but the same as Capitals, it's too big to supercruise, so it has sort of direct control where it can drop out.
Woohoo! It plotted.
Establish an orbit when dropping out.
Say that again?
How does it establish an orbit when dropping out?
Well, it has. Jacques Station specifically has a standard set of drive engines on the back section. So I'm assuming that once it drops out, those will kick in like our ship's thrusters do and allow it to maneuver itself. I'm assuming, as well as having aft thrusters, that it has some sort of retrograde thrusters as well to slow itself down, and the usual like a ship does, but essentially far bigger.
Well, it finally rat planned. I'm happy.
Congratulations.
I know.
And another thing I'd like to say about Witch Space is that yes, the Thargoids could potentially interdict you even if you are using a frameshift drive, as far as physics allows. So watch out for Thargoids.
So, tell me about barnacles.
What would you like to know?
What caused them to show up? Do you know?
Well, we have, on their origins, we have quite frankly absolutely no idea whatsoever. But it's speculated to either be that they were placed intentionally by some form of sentient intelligence, or they are they're definitely not a naturally occurring phenomena. They are definitely artificial and placed to perform a specific function. The current sort of lead on that function is that they are some sort of mining platform or meta-alloy generation platform, as there are, you know, sort of the sounds of the ground being crunched, and they're only found on certain types of planet.
What types of planet are they found on?
Let me just get my Google Doc up, because I'm the author of the Barnacle Prioritization Criteria Google Doc, which is essentially I organized all the information that we have into a criteria by which you can judge a planet to see whether a barnacle will be potentially found on it.
Yep.
But, so at the moment, all the planets so far confirmed to have barnacles are either rocky or high metal content, metal composition of between 8.9 and 33.5%, rock composition 66.5, 91.1%. No barnacles have been found on ice planets this far. They are all less than 1 geogravity and below a temperature of 451 degrees Kelvin. That's sort of all we've got at the moment. There are theories about sort of the volcanism, the orbital period, you know, canyons, craters, ravines, where they
How many
found.
planets have they been found on?
How many planets? Oh god, this was changed a couple days ago. Hang on. There are 5 within the Pleiades, I believe. There are 2 in Witch Head. 1. Oh, I can't even remember. I should have got these documents up, so excuse my not being very prepared. Give me 2 moments. Here we are. So the barnacles were initially only found in the Pleiades Nebula. They've now been found in California and Witch Head as of a few weeks ago. There are currently 1, 2, 3, 4. That's not right. Yeah, sorry. There are currently 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 known barnacle planets across all those 3 nebulae. We're not quite sure whether that's significant or not, but we know that definitely they are occurring within nebulae. That's all we know for certain.
9 barnacle planets?
9, at least as far as I can see from the spreadsheet, although I'm not sure when that was last updated.
What stars are they around? What kind of stars?
All. We found no links between particular star types and whether there's barnacles there or not.
Have you had around dwarfs as well?
Say again, sorry? Your microphone is
Have
very,
you
very
had
haunting.
have you had barnacles around dwarves as well?
But what? Vars?
What kind of
Dwarf stars.
dwarf
Oh,
stars?
dwarf stars. Not as far as I'm actually aware. At least nobody's pointed that out to me. But I don't believe so.
Out of curiosity, have you found any good ways of actually locating them, or are you going by sheer blind luck?
Locating the barnacles themselves. My own prioritization criteria is a general guideline on what planets to look on. But apart from that, canyons and craters with sandy colored floors is all I can say for specific locations.
Just out of curiosity, if you get one of the unknown probes or unknown artifacts, does it always point towards the same star system, or will it point to the closest barnacle star system?
The unknown artifacts, no matter where you are in the galaxy, whether you're at Beagle Point or at, the opposite end of the galaxy, it will always point to the Merope central star from across the galaxy. The unknown probes, however, will always point to the planet Merope 5C. We've tested it in several other barnacle systems, and they do not point to the closest barnacle planet. They point to Merope 5C and the Merope star.
All right.
But yeah, we've sort of been spurred into a flurry of activity lately with the initial discovery of the unknown probe. We knew it existed, but we didn't know where it was. But yes, it's everything's sort of, it's gone from not really anything happening to all hands on deck in the space of about a week.
Could you expand on the unknown probe?
Well, the unknown probe is we're not sure what it is. It's a probe of
It's unknown.
yeah, it appears to be,
Interesting.
It appears to be two heads of an unknown artifact. Because the unknown artifact has a sort of a standard sort of pronged shape, and then there's the initial head. But it appears to be one small head, about the size of an unknown artifact, and one very enlarged head, joined together. They are distinctly different in that they emit completely different sounds. There is suspected to be Morse code or some form of data transfer inside the sound, but we've had no luck as of yet. There's not really much else they do apart from sit there and look useless.
Are they salvageable like the artifacts?
As far as we know at the moment, they are only found within convoys, as the unknown artifacts initially were, within the systems of Ross 47 and G99-94 or something weird. But it's Ross 47 and the surrounding area as far as we know so far. They cannot be found free floating.
Oh, so the feds are onto it again.
Exactly, which is why the whole Farragut issue. There is a Farragut class battlecruiser parked directly above a barnacle. Something suspicious is going on. There's a reason I ordered the attack on it.
By the way, I don't know the answer to this, so this might be a silly question, but can you run a cargo scanner against a capital class ships?
You cannot. I don't believe so. But I'm by no means an expert. You blow up one Farragut and suddenly everybody wants you to wage war for them. But yeah, if you've seen those articles on Galnet quite recently, that was me. Oops. The story's taken a very interesting turn. Sorry, I'm just trying to swap a fly away from my desk.
Well, we're sorry. We made the Federals desperate. They have to do anything to beat us.
Yeah, I really don't like the way that it's going at the moment. I think, hopefully, if I get a chance to make this statement to Galnet, then I'm going to be able to create some sort of calm or something, and I'm not going to apologize for ordering their Farragut blown up because they shot first, but we need to put some sort of treaty or something in place to say that the barnacles are of